Hey there, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to the Nook and to our workout of the week. For this week, we have a power yoga flow. Don't worry, if you don't have much yoga experience, it's all right. I offer a lot of modifications and we'll get through this 20-minute workout together. Let's start at the top of your space. If you have no mat, that's okay. Just decide what the top of your space is going to be. Feet are going to start pretty wide. Inhale, arms come all the way up, and then press those hands together and bring them down to your heart. Just thanking yourself for showing up, for doing something for your physical and mental body today. And then drop them down to your arms. We'll start with a half sun salutation. Inhale, arms come down, around and up. Forward fold over straight-ish legs. I'm just getting warmed up, so knees can be bent. Inhale, halfway lift, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive all the way to the top. And then exhale, right back down into your space. Folding over, inhale halfway, exhale, fold, and then reverse that swan dive all the way to the top. Hands come to heart center for an inhale. Exhale, chair. Yes, our feet are still wide. Holding this chair posture. Sit back in your heels, look down, make sure you can see your big toes. Your spine is very long and strong, so you're not rounded. Your shoulders are pulled back, hands are at heart center to take the pressure off your shoulders. And then inhale tall, come up on those toes, even if slightly, lift those heels, and then exhale down into chair. Maybe those elbows touch your knees, but not if you have to sacrifice rounding your back. Inhale, come up, tall on the toes. Exhale down into chair. One more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. This time we're going to reach our arms up and then reach your hands over to the right. Like you're holding a big beach ball. Inhale up. Reach your hands to the left, keeping your thighs parallel. Inhale, center. To the right. Can you sink your hips a little lower? Inhale, center, exhale, left. Sink a little lower, one more each side. Inhale it right. Sorry, exhale, inhale, center, exhale, left. And then once you come back center, fold it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time you're gonna step back to a plank. So walk your feet back. And that plank for you can be shoulders over hands and on your toes, or shoulders on your over hands and drop to the modification. If you're in the modification, it's a straight line from your knees to the top of your head. Now we're just gonna hold and breathe in this plank, whether you're modified or regular, and then turn into a side plank with your left hand grounded down. So left hand down, shift those hips, right hand up. You can use the modification and drop the bottom knee, finding that length in your arms, and pressing down through that left arm so hard that your shoulder moves away from your ear. Turn it back to plank, and then right hand plants. Right, we face the other direction, arm comes up. Drop the knee if you need to with the modification, always available. And then back to plank, and then we're simply gonna step your left foot through. So you can drop the knee, and use your hand to get it there, and find yourself into a low lunge. Untuck the back toe, and then walk your way up to this low lunge. Hands can stay on the thigh, hands can come to the hips. If you want a little bit more intensity, arms come straight up. Maybe look up, go up as your hips sink lower. Now we inhale to reach high. Exhale, shift that weight back. Find your half split. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward. This time exhale back, listen for the change. Take that left hand, bring it all the way around to the front. So we're in this side leg out. A little rock back and forth. Just figuring out that tightness in the hip or the thigh, and then come all the way up for gate. Now we go towards the leg, and then away from the leg with the lift today. Incorporate that power, and then back up towards the leg. This one we hold, we lift it up, we find a strong flex, and now reach that top arm as far as you can out, and we pulse this leg. Move it towards the front a tiny bit, chances are it was behind you. Get our core engaged, pull your belly button towards your back while that leg is pulsing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, come back on up and over into that low lunge, just to step back to plank. Hold and breathe. You are powerful, you are strong. If you can go off your knees, go off your knees. Just 3, 2, and 1. Step that right leg forward, drop the back knee, and the other side gets a turn. Hand variations, hips, thighs, or high in the sky. Maybe that gaze goes up as your hips sink low. Inhale to reach. Exhale, half split. Inhale to reach. Exhale, split. Inhale to reach. And half split, and then walk your hands over to the other side. So your leg is back, out to the side, rock and roll a little bit for that hip. I'm gonna scoot because I'm gonna run into my wall. And then bring your upper body up. Now you'll see what it looks like from this direction. We go towards the bent leg, up and over. We reach and lift the leg, and then back up to close the gate. Reach it up, finding that long extension through that side body, and then we close it. This time we stay and lift, reaching that top arm all the way out. The top arm stays stationary, that leg pulses. Where I want you to feel it is in the side of your glute, or where your glute meets your hamstring. Send it to the front a tiny bit. There it is. Feel it through the sides, feel it through your obliques. Press strong through that base hand. You got it, almost there. Keep the pulse, keep it up. And then set it down, walk it around, find that low lunge, and then step it back to that plank. Lower all the way down onto your floor, only if you're able to. Now, if you are pregnant or you have other issues, you cannot lower down. Let me show you a variation. If you're on the ground, stay on the ground. If not, you're gonna come up to your knees, tuck under your toes. You're gonna work the backside of your body upright instead. So especially if you're carrying a baby, you're not gonna be down. You're gonna be all the way up. Inhale to reach. Your exhale is gonna be the same as our arms, but you're gonna be on your knees. You'll inhale and exhale like you're pulling something down behind your head, leaning that chest forward, leaning that baby forward if that's your modification, coming up onto your knees. Now if you're down with me, come all the way down, your feet are staying grounded, you're lifting your upper body up and doing that same pull, except we're on our bellies. Reach it out, don't set it down, and pull up. Reach it out and pull out. Find the length, ground down through all 10 toenails, pull. Last 3, can you get a little bit higher? Last 2, squeeze those glutes. Last 1, we're up and holding. Let the legs join you if you're on your belly, and flutter those feet. Yes, we're building heat through the back body as well. So like a little swimmer kick, legs are pretty straight, chest is lifted, gaze is lifted, shoulder blades squeezing behind the back. For 3, 2, and 1. Everyone presses back the child's pose, knees go wide, big toes touch, and sit those hips back. Rest your head on something. So if it's the ground, if the ground is too far away, stack your hands. Relax the back of your head. One big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then inhale brings you up to table. Let's reset that spine. Cat-cows. Inhale, gaze towards the sky, tail goes to the sky. Exhale, round it out. like a scared little cat, and reverse. Cow, exhale, cat. Last one, inhale. Cow, biggest one yet. Exhale, pull everything towards the midline. Can your chin touch your chest? If not, get it close. And then release to neutral, tuck those toes. Stand it up into your downward facing dog. Then walk your hands back to meet your feet. And I'm gonna make my feet a little bit wider. I have a lot of leg to deal with here, so make yourself have space. You can come down into a malasana squat. That doesn't work for your body. You're just here with an open, like a sumo squat. And we're coming up and down. So no matter your range of motion, you're coming up into that star, all the way around, and coming down into that squat. All the way up, and all the way down. Now you want a little more cardio, go a little quicker. If you're more going for that strength or the survive, go a little slower. Coming down. Just a little opportunity to get our heart rate a little bit higher. Keep your breath. Keep that core tight throughout. You have 3 more of your variation. On the last one, you're gonna stay low in that squat and then walk it back out to downward facing dog. So hips go high, adjust your feet, and then lift that left leg high and step it through. This time you're gonna open to warrior 2. So ground down that back leg. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle, the front foot facing forward. Using that core, spin it all the way up, and then adjust. Maybe you need to make it longer. This front knee directly over that front ankle. Peek down, make sure you can see your big toe. And then arms, once again, are not here. They're not just here, they're super active. Roll those muscles against the bones. Squeeze that back glute. Warrior 2, we pump our warrior. Inhale, up. Exhale, get lower. Inhale up, just 3 like this. Exhale, your version of low. Inhale, and warrior 2. Now it's a pulse at the bottom, so it's tiny. It's a tiny pulse. Arms stay active, gaze stays out in front of your front finger. Making sure that knee's tracking over that ankle. You can see your big toe the whole time, whether you're at the top of the pulse or the bottom. 3, 2, 1, straighten it, tick it, tuck it, all the way into triangle. I always need to scoop my back foot in a tiny bit and find your triangle. So my front leg is always slightly bent. I hyperextend, which means I bend my leg backwards. I don't want to bend my knee backwards and put that strain on the ligaments in the back. So I always have a tiny bend in my front leg. If you're able to go straight without hyperextending, you're more than welcome to go straight. Take that weight off your bottom hand if you're able. Make your little elephant trunk. And then bring both hands over here and bring that beach ball straight up. And then right back down. Beach ball down, elephant trunk down, arm goes up. Breathe. Once again, reach for that beach ball. Reach for it, it's out in front of you. Bring it up top. Bring it back down. This time we bring it up top. I caught you on that one. And bring it back down. And up. You can do this with one arm. You have a superpower. You can lift your beach ball with one arm, with it out. Last 2, really engage through your core. This time 1. All 10 toes face the same direction. Hands go on your hips. Prasarita. Forward fold with those wide legs. Now we're going to go into a dynamic skandasana. Bend one leg. Once again, option here to come all the way low. If that's not working for you and you're just in that higher side lunge, all 10 toes face the same direction. If you're coming down for a full skandasana, that foot does turn out because it makes room for the hip. And all we're gonna do is go switches. So you come all the way up, bend through the other one. Once again, if you're coming low, that foot turns out. If you're not coming as low, I'll do the modification on this one. Keep them all 10 toes facing the same direction. so they do not shift. Using that core, using that strength. One more to the other side. When you're balanced, you stand it up and we go the other direction. I turn my right foot out straight ahead. My left foot's back at an angle and I reach. And then we pump. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, two. Making sure you can see that big toe. Exhale, two. This one we pulse. It's tiny. Your body barely moves. Your arms are so active. Your weight is divided between that big toe, pinky toe, and that peak of the triangle, your heel, and that front leg. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, tick-tock it into triangle. Once again, I bump my back leg in, I sash my hips backwards, and I find my triangle. And either that leg for you is perfectly straight. If you're like me and you need a tiny bend, you keep the bend. You reach towards the floor, you reach towards the ceiling. And then you take that elephant trunk and wave it, and we reach for that beach ball. We reach it out and bring it up. We put it back and take the break. We reach for it, and now we keep it. We keep it and reach it, keeping your chest open towards the side, not dropping that top arm. Last 2, you got this. Last 1. All the way up. This time we turn our toes out for a goddess squat. Arms come into our goalpost, knees get low, and then the first part's active. It's low. Maybe those elbows pull down and touch your thighs. It's up. Once again, you can pick this up like you did with our Malasana squat and go fast or add a jump for that heart rate raiser today. Your choice, your workout. Just make sure those knees are going to the side. Both toes are facing out. Chest stays upright as you send that tailbone straight to the earth for 3, for 2, and 1. Stand up, fold it down. All 10 toes face the same direction, and release. You're gonna walk your hands towards the front of the space, whatever you decided was the front in the beginning, and step it back to plank. Hold. Then step your right foot out, your left foot out, your right foot in, your left foot in, and then the left leads. Left out, left in, right in. So keep the walk or add the plank jack. So those feet are in a jumping jack position. Shoulders are still over your hip, over your hands. Your hips are low. So the modification is out, out, in, and then the other one leads out, in. Or the plank jacks for 10, no matter what you're doing. Or you hold in that plank. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Set it back. Relax it. Inhale brings you up to table. Exhale, swing those legs around. We are on our backs. Finishing with one core exercise today, and it's called tricycles. Now, this might be new for some of you, so just watch the first part. It's very similar to like a yogi bicycle, but it looks like this. My left elbow goes towards my right leg. Notice it's towards, it doesn't need to touch. Your hands can be behind your head, but they're not pulling your neck. So my right leg comes in, my left leg comes out, and is at a height that my lower back stays on the floor. So then we lift. It's 1, 2, 3, switch the legs. 1, 2, 3, switch the legs. So you get it, it's 3 turns before you flip-flop the legs. Now the modification here is to rest this heel as you 1, 2, 3, and switch. 2, 3, and switch. 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. You got this. 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3. Check in with your lower back. Make sure it's on the ground. Last one each leg. You have this. 2, 3, and switch. Last ones. And relax it. Hug those knees into your chest. Drop your knees over to the right. Gaze goes to the left. Grounding down through those shoulders. And then knees come back center and over to the left side. Gaze goes towards the right. Knees come back center. We give one final squeeze. Here's the most important part of your practice. Extend it long. Take up as much space as you can or need to this moment. I promise you it's not long. Don't skip this part. Shavasana. Let your body soak it all in. Get all the mental benefits of what you just did the last 20 minutes. And then inhale those arms overhead. Reach back. Belly lifts, back can come off the floor now. Let go of that core control. Reach through those toes and then roll it onto your favorite side. Taking a moment here, if it feels good, keep your eyes closed and just thank yourself for showing up. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Do one more inhale together. Arms come down, around, up, overhead, like we started, and then press them right to heart center. Bring those thumbs to your third eye, the space of our awesome intuition in between our eyebrows. And the light in me bows and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in that power yoga flow today. I offer a free, does not cost anything, consultation phone call to set up your next 90 days. Whether that is a step goal or a nutrition goal, I walk you through all the pieces that you need to be successful. If you'd like to schedule, please drop a comment or email me at sarah@greatdaysbysarah.com, and I'll put that link in the notes as well. I hope you enjoyed this flow. Next week, we'll be back with a strength training. No weights, just body weight next week, but I'll see you next week. Go have a great day.